Hi there, I'm Hobbs.
And I'm Silver.
And you're watching HobbsTheory.com's
Gun of the Week.
Hi everybody, and welcome to this week's installment of HobbsTheory.com's Gun of the Week. Here once again at the Mission Essential Indoor Range in Hinesville, Georgia. I'm Hobbs. I also have with me Adam Silver, the cameraman. He will also be shooting today's interviewee, the Walther PPS. It's a German single-stack semi-automatic 9mm handgun, spiritual successor to the Walther PPK, a famous James Bond gun. The Walther PPS, as I said earlier, is a slim-line, single-stack 9mm handgun. It outdoes its predecessor, the PPK, by jumping up in caliber. This particular one is a 9mm, and they also come in 40 Smith & Wesson. The Walther PPS has a slim, very slim profile to it. The widest point on this pistol is under an inch thick. It's very, very slim. It's very lightweight because it has a polymer frame as opposed to a solid steel frame of the original PPK or a machined aluminum frame of the later PPKs. The magazine holds 7 rounds of 9mm. Those shorter 6-round magazines are available, and longer 8-round mags are available. The 40 Smith & Wesson comes with a 5, 6, or 7-round magazine capacity. All these things are optional from the factory. The PPS has a striker indicator on the back of the slide. It has no exterior manual safeties. It has a trigger-mounted blade safety. It has ambidextrous magazine releases in the form of a small lever on the base of the trigger guard that you push down with either your thumb or your trigger or middle finger or whichever is comfortable for you. It drops the magazine free from the firearm as such. Another safety feature of the Walther PPS is the removable back strap. It has a removable back strap like a lot of polymer automatics today, but the removable back strap doubles as a passive safety. You take the back strap off and it's no longer functioning, meaning you could leave your pistol theoretically loaded at home with the back strap off and nobody that isn't you or has a similar back strap can use it. Now we're going to be firing the PPS today for the first time. I've never fired one before, and Adam's never fired one before either. So it's going to be new to the both of us. So we have no preconceived notions or a bias for or against this particular model. We're going to see how it goes, and hope you enjoy the show. Alright everyone, this is Adam. He's usually the cameraman for these reviews that we do. He's also the webmaster for HobbsTheory.com. As you can see, he's quite a bit bigger than me. He's a bigger than average guy. I'm fairly average myself. I'm about 6 feet tall and about 190 pounds. Adam's about 6'5" and about 270 pounds or so. So we're going to see how his big hands wrap around the little Walther PPS here. When he goes up to shoot it, we'll see how well he handles it. Should be interesting, and I don't see any problems from it. His hand, you can see, almost completely covers the entire gun. So it'll be interesting to see, and we'll see if this gun is good for people of all sizes or it's relegated to an average and smaller person.
Now, what you guys are also going to want to notice is that myself and Hobbs here have completely different gun experiences. I myself am new to pistols. He has a lot of experience with pistols. You might notice some of that in our shooting today. My hand is easily the size of this weapon. It's not even a question. When I go to shoot this, it might actually be a little bit harder, in my opinion, as I look at it now, because my hands are a little too big for this weapon. But we'll see how controllable it is, how easy it is for me to use, and I would definitely say for me, this would even almost be too small for a concealed carry.
Right, he's right. The PPS is for an average-sized or smaller individual. From the first impressions that I get off of it, it would probably be ideal for a smaller statured person, usually a female. And with that in mind, I'd also like to point out that this particular gun is owned by the owner of Mission Essential Inc., who is a smaller statured female. Alright everyone, like I said earlier, we're at the indoor range here at the Mission Essential Inc. in Hinesville, Georgia. As always, we've got great prices and everything for you down here, so if you're in the area, stop on by, we'll see what we can hook you up with. Now, I'd like to point out once again that I've never shot one of these Walther PPSs before, so it's as new to me as it may be to you watching the film right now. Completely unbiased. I have no pretensions or any existing theories as to how this particular pistol is going to react or how it's going to shoot. But this will be the first time shooting, and also for the first time we're also going to have more than one shooter than just me. The cameraman, the guy behind the camera, Adam Silver, will also be shooting it. He is a larger frame individual, so how he handles this tiny pistol is going to be very interesting. So, as usual, safety features, eyes and ears. Once we get this done, load the magazine. It holds 7 rounds, and we're going to get started. Alright everyone, as you can see from the firing there, despite being an incredibly small and lightweight handgun chambered in a major caliber like 9mm, the Walther PPS is surprisingly light on the recoil and very, very controllable. We did pretty good on our target. Had a few flyers here. Mostly that was Adam, unfortunately, because his hands are so big and because he doesn't have as much experience firing handguns as I do. I think I attributed to one of these little flyers down here. But other than the occasional mishap, flinch, or what have you, the Walther PPS showed itself very good. Fit and finish overall, despite being a production polymer automatic, the Walther PPS shows a surprising degree of fit and finish. There's almost zero play to the slide, the barrel lockup is rock solid, and the frame is well stippled, and all separating points of contact on the pistol, such as the lines between the slide, the lines between the magazine release, the back strap and magazine, are all very, very tight tolerances. And as you can see, even though it was only 7 yards, it's a small handgun and it showed a surprising degree of accuracy. So fit and finish, I'd give this gun overall around a 4. Accuracy, it's easy to see that the PPS held its own for its intended purpose. Most gunfights in a self-defense situation are no further out than 7 yards, and the PPS was more than easily able to put all 21 rounds that we fired through it into the size of an average man's chest, and even a smaller group if we did our part and really bear down on it. So accuracy, it gets a 4.5 in my opinion. It's more than accurate for what it needs to do. Reliability, we didn't put enough rounds through it to truly test out its reliability. This isn't my gun. I don't want to be putting an exorbitant amount of ammunition through it because it's not mine. But everything that I've heard from the owner of this gun, she says it's a sweet shooter, hardly requires any maintenance at all. So going off of what she said, I'd give this gun a 4.5 on the reliability scale because nothing's really ever perfect. As for power, knockdown power, it shoots a 9mm, not my favorite caliber, but for what it is, it's a light recoiling and easily controllable pistol. And at close distance engagements, you can easily put rapid fire several 9mm rounds into a man-sized target with relative ease. And with modern self-defense ammunition, 9mm really is not a caliber that you need to scoff at. Rounds from a short barrel pistol such as this, like Hornady's Critical Defense or the Corbon DPX, really turn a 9mm from something that's kind of, wishy-washy in a lot of people's minds into a viable player in the self-defense market. And the 9mm PPS combination, I would feel absolutely not undergunned in any circumstances with the 9mm PPS. So I'd give it probably a 4 on the power factor for what it is. The overall score on the PPS, it's lightweight, it's incredibly slim, it's designed from the outset to be a concealed carry handgun, and it does that in spades. Fires a powerful caliber for its size, 9mm or 40 Smith & Wesson in the case of the other model of the PPS, which is actually identical in its dimensions. So overall score, I'd give this weapon easily a 4.5 out of 5 bullets on our rating scale, and I would fully recommend this to anyone who feels that it's not too small or too thin, and it gets my wholehearted seal of approval. Alright, that about wraps it up for the day. I hope you enjoyed this week's installment of HobbsTheory.com's
Gun of the Week.